What's going on, guys? Welcome to earnings season. Let's do this. Waiting on Tesla right now. Let's see what happens. We got Tesla, Microsoft, we got TDOC, Facebook. Oh, a lot of big ones reporting today. So let's take a look here and see what's going on. Microsoft. I'm waiting on Tesla. That's what I'm waiting on here. Let's see what's happening. I've been in Tesla since 577 this time around. I also have some call options on it. All right, let's put up the after hours chart. This is traded as premium. There's a link for these custom stock scanners down in the description. They're the best in my opinion. I've been using them for about 6 years. It wouldn't change a thing. Let's see what's going on. Come on, Tesla. Anything moving yet? Nothing on Tesla. Facebook. Uh-oh. Facebook's took a dump into the close. Pulling down after hours here quite a bit. Well, we closed down here at, where do we close at there? At what, 194.19? We're about right up here at 194.19. So we'll see what's happening. Alright, so Facebook's heading down right this second. So we got another mover here. HubSpot down $7. Just kind of going all over the place. Just dipped down to 162. Now we're popping back up to 169. So Microsoft's come out yet. Tesla's sitting right at 800. Let's see. Did we beat? Looks like it. Here we go. All right, I'm going to get in some Microsoft here. At 182, we popped over 180. You want to see up here the next pivot towards 188. All right, got in Microsoft here, average of 1. Got a bad fill here at 181. Ouch. All right, so 181. Might not be too bad. Anything on Facebook yet? Let's see. Oops. FB. So Microsoft. TDG. Is that right? TDG. Holy moly, look at this one. Ouch. My goodness, man. Look at this thing, would you? 380 down here to 322. Ooh, that hurts. Still waiting on Tesla here. Yeah, so Microsoft beat by 14 cents on earnings per share, and the revenues beat. So all in all, it's a good report from Microsoft. Again, looking for 188 here by tomorrow. We'll see what happens. So this was, I think, the recent all-time high, right up here about 190. And again, we're sitting right here at 177-ish at the close. So that's what I'm looking at. Pulling in a little bit. I mean, they beat by 14 cents. Not a huge beat, but still nice. So picking 10 shares at 181. Down there waiting on Tesla. We got a little pop. This thing can drop 50 points and then just turn around and go right back up 50 points. So we're watching here on Tesla, waiting on their official earnings. You guys see some other big earnings come out. Those are the ones I'm watching: Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook, and TeleDoc. There goes Facebook. Of course, you always expect that sell-off. It's always nice to have a limit order in kind of way below where it's at. Look at Facebook go. Look at this. So we were sitting right just above the 200 SMA today at 191. We closed above it. And now we have this little gap here above 202. We just went through that. So 210. Look at this. I got to zoom out on the chart here. Facebook exploding to the upside here, guys. Here's the results. Let's take a quick look here. All right. Revenues 3 months back. All right. Come to 29. Active daily users increased 11%. Monthly users increased 10%. Family daily active people 12%. Capital expenditures, let me know they're spending some money. Cash on hand, $60 billion. Impact on the COVID outlook. Our business has been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, everybody has. And like all companies, we are facing a period of unprecedented uncertainty in our business outlook. We expect our business performance will be impacted by issues beyond our control, including duration and efficacy of the shelter-in-place orders, the effectiveness of economic stimuli around the world, and the fluctuations of currencies relative to the U.S. dollar. So DAUs did increase. We experienced a reduction in demand for advertising. The market's liking it right here. You can go and read the report there on your own when you have time. Look at this thing go. I said 210. We're up to, we just tapped 207. Nice. Nice. Got the 210 calls on that. Let's look, where's Microsoft back at? Kind of chopping around here. Don't know what to do. Tesla, anything yet? Ooh, all the way down to 764. Do we have anything yet on Tesla? So Facebook actually missed earnings per share by 3 cents, but I think they're looking at the engagement. Of course, their advertising revenue is a little bit down. Now we're waiting on Tesla here. Don't have anything just yet official. Kind of just sitting here. Look at all those orders coming through. Again, you guys see any other earnings you want to look at besides the ones I'm looking at? Feel free to post them in chat, and we'll pull them up. So I'm looking at Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla, and TeleDoc. Facebook back up to 208. Look at that, man. TeleDoc. We know everybody's been hearing about that. That's the telemedicine provider. Things been going crazy here ever since this pandemic started, but it had been on a nice run way before that started. I mean, this thing started in last October at $60, and we hit 200 the other day. So report first quarter results on TeleDoc. We're heading down right this second. Total visits increased 92% to 2 million. Year over year, quarter one revenue growth of 41% to 180 million. You want to pay attention to that 41%. I'm sure that you know what their last growth period from 2018 to 2019 was, But 41% growth in revenue is nothing to sneeze at for any company. So that's kind of the highlights there. Let's look at a couple. Paid membership. There'll be 50 million members, and visit fee only access to be available to approximately 19 to 20 million individuals. EBITDA ought to be in the ranges of their forecast from 14 to 4 million. Okay, from 800 million to 825 in revenue. Net visits 8 to 9 million. So they're still expected to lose money in the EPS, but the revenues are increasing, so that's definitely a good thing. So it's kind of a mixed bag here on TeleDoc so far on the actual earnings. Stock's kind of just chopping around right here, not really doing a whole heck of a lot. Let's put this on a 2-minute time frame for a faster look at it. All right, let's get back to Facebook. That's kind of chopping around. Don't know what to do there on TeleDoc. Facebook sitting up there at, I'm going to get the official high here with 208.74. 208.74. That was called up there. Anyway, it's close enough. 208.90. There you go. 74. Boom. All right. Come on, Tesla. Let's see what Tesla's doing. All right. We have that big jump down there to 694. All right. We're going back for the post-market highs here of 804. I still don't have any official news here on Tesla, but obviously something just came out because this thing is just skyrocketing right now. 818, 820. This thing does have a gap room. You look down here on my daily chart at the bottom, and you'll see here we got room up here to 845, 850 area. Shoot, we're getting ready to tap that here in a second. So this thing could be at $900 by the open tomorrow. I love it. Earnings, baby. What you guys looking at? What earnings are you guys watching? Anything in particular besides those 4 big ones I'm looking at? There's a lot more. QCOM's reporting today too. Semiconductor. Let's take a look. Oh, we had a big pop and then sell off right back. Here's another one here. Of course, we were already on Facebook. MTSI. All right, that's a nice little move there. Now on the downside, CHK, Chesapeake Energy, they're an oil company, so we know obviously their earnings are going to be crap. You know, that's to be expected. So, and I think they had even talked about filing bankruptcy here in the last week or so. I'd heard about. So, Hertz, just real quick, another stock. They were talking about filing bankruptcy, the rent-a-car company, and then here they're popping after hours. They had a crazy move down from. Oh, excuse me. It was. Let's get back over here. That's on the 2-minute. Anyway, it was about 550 and it dropped all the way down to 360. And now it's curling back around. That reporting earnings, just a heads up on that one. PG&Y, Progeny, nothing there. PDSB, MTSI, HOLX, Hertz, after hours. I'm looking for one report earnings. Let's go back to Tesla here. See where it's going. Wow, look at that, man. Popped all the way up to 845, and then now we're back to 8. Just tapped 812. Of course, Tesla is always pretty volatile, so that's to be expected. This yellow line right here on my chart is the VWAP. So I can break back and touch that. It's my weighted average price. So it is holding that here after this big run and then the drop here. Let's look at Tesla's highlights here. It's just telling you though when their conference call is. I wanted the actual highlights. And which is kind of hanging around here. Because everybody loves Teslas. It's a tough stock to own because it moves around, you know, so violently. It'll go up 50 points one day and down 75 the next, up 100, down 200. I mean, it's all over the place. But, you know, we know it all had that run up to 1,000 here a couple months ago. In February, dropped back down to the 300s, and now we're sitting back here at 800. Oh, we've got it here on Microsoft. So that's still heading up. I'm going to put this back on the 5-minute because I just wanted it on that faster time frame for those first few minutes. Tesla, is it dropping back down below? Oh shit, it's sitting right here, right at where it closed at, right around 800. So you don't want to be that guy up there that bought at 845 in case this thing decides to go south. And if you did, I hope you cut your losses. Tesla's out. Here are the numbers. CNBC. Here we go. Here's the numbers. That's what I want to see. Let's look and make that bigger. All right. I don't want to expect numbers. I want the actual numbers. It said here's the numbers. Well, I don't see it. What do you mean here's the numbers? And then it said here. And that's just talking about the conference call. So we'll get it here. Let's look if I'll pull them up on Yahoo Finance. Excuse me. Let's see. We'll refresh it. Yeah, still nothing official out there. Oh, there we go. First quarter results, or quarter four, I guess. Whatever. It's the first quarter results from this year, excuse me. Again, this is just that one from before, so nothing there yet. But anyway, the stock's just kind of chopping around here. So it said the earnings are out. Here's the numbers, but I don't see any numbers yet. You guys see anything? Yeah, I know, a fake forecast. I don't know. I mean, this thing trades, it's a cult stock, man. It doesn't trade like on fundamentals, I can tell you that much. But I'm still, anybody else got any official numbers on it? I don't see any official numbers out on it. Let's go back and take a look at Facebook here. Oops. All right, we're back up to 210 on Facebook. Looking good, looking good. Check Microsoft. All right, it's still chopping around. I'm in at 181. TDOC, where's it? It was chopping around last time. Let's look at it. It's heading south here. Which that's all right. That's another wild one. It trades like Tesla, exactly. Oh, are you? Yeah, I mean, I've been long, short, Tesla, short, long, short. I mean, I traded now this time around, Mercado. I actually am in from 577 from like a month ago on Tesla. So I'm still holding on to those shares. I sold some, but I'm still holding on to what I have. See, one was at a 577. I'll tell you, I bought it, not back over here like a year ago, but on this recent, after the drop and kind of moving back up. I want to say it was right around here. It's been about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. I hope you're all right, man, since you're short. Yeah, I hope you don't get burned either. Hope you're not in it too heavy. Just manage your risk. EME. This thing just popped up here on the crapper scan. Nothing there. Oh, look at this. Little penny stock popping up here out of the woodwork. Received orphan drug designation. Good news, good news. MRKR received orphan drug designation from the FDA. Let's look at the chart on it. What's the float? MRKR, the float on it is 37 million. Not a super low floater, but relatively low. Only 1.1 million traded today, so 228. We're up here near 3. Which actually, if we break 3 here, we have room up here to the 200 down here at 362 on this bottom chart. Up here to 360, 362. Might be worth a shot there. Let's look at a few. All right. MRKR. And I am trading. It's just over on another screen. Let's see. I don't want to put a logic. It's just an orphan designation. It's not like they got some phase 3 approval and they're good to go and it's going to market. So this is just kind of like they've been developing a drug and okay, the FDA gave them clearance to proceed and go to the phase 1 trials. They like the results, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not sure, but this thing's been going down here for a while. We had this big pop, probably something else, another drug in the pipeline. This thing went from 2 up here to 13. And then you can see it's already pulled back. It's just an orphan designation, so I'm not too, I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Let's go back to Tesla. Tesla's moving on up. What's your, Mercado, what's your entry on your short? Where are you in short at? Facebook 212. See TDOC. They didn't like the TDOC. I was thinking about getting some puts on there. It is because it had flown up so high. And look at that. And I was actually looking at the 160s, this kind of congestion area right down here. And look where it's at. Let me delete that off the screen there. So you can kind of see. Yeah. But I didn't. Oh well. Can't dwell on it. That's where Microsoft's at. Just chopping around in a range there. Are you short from 1,000? I mean, it hit like 998, so you literally shorted right at the top. Well, that's good, buddy. Definitely. Nice top tip. Back on Facebook here. Check QCOM. Facebook just keeps on getting it. I'll pull up the daily chart for Facebook. I've shown you all before, but you see this gap? So we crossed, there's the gap from, takes us to about 209. And it started there around 204s, right around there. Sorry, it's a little laggy here. But now we're up at 213, so we got room to, it's going to chop around here, 215, 220. That pivot area right here at 220 would be the next spot. So keep an eye on that. But everything's pointing up for Facebook, looking good for in the morning. So you shorted at 1040. Well, the stock never hit $1,040, and then you bought at 805. So you already covered. So you covered at 805, so you're not short anymore then, right? It's stalling out here a little bit. 845 will be the key level to break to move higher. No, you're still in. Okay. Facebook. My goodness, man. You bought the short. Well, you actually sell, but I don't see it. So you shorted. You bought the shares. You shorted at 805 with a knockout at 1040. I'm not understanding what you're saying, but I hope you're all right. It's Microsoft just in a range here. TDOC. See, look at that. Dropped 15 points and then just popped up 7. EME. That's the one off there. So this right here this FNGD is a 3 times inverse leveraged for the FANGs, which is Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So Facebook's, ripping to the upside. So this is going down. So always keep an eye on, there's all kinds of ways to play the downside. Like, if you're short and it's after hours, you can buy an ETF that, hedges you to the long side. So there's all kinds of different ways to skin a cat. Of course, the Qs are ripping as well. Yep. There's the Qs, and if you look at the TQQs, I think it is the top one. Yep. So this is the Qs on steroids. So look at that. That's $2 pop because of Facebook. Microsoft's going up as well. He's chopping around, probably giving some sympathy to Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's popping after hours. Again, they report tomorrow, I believe. Let's look and see what else we got. So we keep an eye. So okay, let's go run back through Tesla. So we got Tesla. All right. So I'm going to ask you one more time. So where are you short from on Tesla? Are you still in it? Yes or no? Because the stock's at 850 right now. Okay, you're short from 805. Okay. Yeah, if this hangs up here, I don't know how, it depends on how much, you can stand, what your account size is, etc. But yeah, this ain't looking too good for you. Sorry about that, brother. Ooh, look at this thing go. Let's look up the, we know there's a lot of shorts in Tesla. Let's look up and see what the percentage is updated here. As of a couple of weeks ago, they don't update it every single day. Short interest is still at 13.74% of the float. All right, as long as you can handle it, that's cool. I'm just typing it in there. 13.74%. Oops. Percent of float. There we go. It's got a little update. The cruise lines are still going after hours. I don't just, again, they're after crazy. You just trade them. Only 860. Cruise lines still popping. CCL and CLH. Yep. Check Facebook. Where are we at here? Facebook 215. I said 215 10 minutes ago. Right here. And then I said 219. If it gets past there, it's 215 area, which is right here. I said this next pivot of 219 will be the next spot to test. And we very well may test it here after hours. It's going to be epic for tomorrow. Appreciate y'all being here. If you're enjoying the stream, please like, comment, and subscribe. And come back. I'll definitely be doing this more often here lately. Looking forward to it. NOW. That can't be right. $26. Oh my goodness. Holy moly, look at this. Woo! Service now. Just popped up $26 after hours. Is that earnings? Yep. Wow, so we're up here at the 350 area. So 360 next spot to go. So I'm going to keep an eye on. So you'll be way ahead of the game if you're here watching this stream. For people that left after hours or not knowing what's going on, this is I don't always stick around after hours, but during earnings season, I do during the meat of earnings season. These like the end of last week and this week and the next week or two. Definitely a lot of after hours actions going on. So what else do you own besides Tesla? Tesla just tapped 865, 865 to the penny. UBS, that's another good one. Do you day trade a lot, or you do swing trading, investing, or what? Let's take a look, see what UBS is doing right now. I haven't pulled it up today. I'll get right up here towards this 200 at 1134. Or did it tap it? It didn't quite tap it today. Pre-market got close. Looks like maybe we could get a test there of that 1134 on UBS. Well, it kind of hops around a lot too. Excuse me. Oh, nice. Yeah, me as well. Yeah, I love the leverage on options. This MTSI we talked about here, the Metcom Tech Solutions. That thing's just going straight up, parabolic here. All right, so that's at 34. Do we have any history at 34? Let's look. Okay, we do. So $36 on MTSI would be my next target. All right, so Facebook, we tapped right up here towards that 215 I talked about. It hit 215 to the penny. Now it's pulled in $3 here to 212. All right, everybody's pulling in now, taking some profits from after hours. Let's go back to Microsoft. Oh, we finally broke out of that range. Remember, it was chopping around. It was kind of chopping around here. Let's look at QCOM. QCOM's very whipsawy as well, so I trade it during the day. It's not one I'll trade after hours. Just giving you a quick look there. I can't tell you when to sell, buddy. ABB. I just pulled it up, ABB. I like this look right here. You have gap room. I don't know where you're in from, what your risk tolerance is with it, but just looking here on the weekly chart, things sitting at 19.24. You got another dollar of room. If I was holding it, if it was me, I'd hold it a little bit longer. But always pay yourself, take profits along the way. Never go broke taking a profit. Oh, that's a real good entry, 1560. Geez, nice, very nice. I'm not familiar with ABB. I'd have to look it up. What do they do? I'll look them up. You can tell me in the meantime if you want. ABB. Not Guild. ABB. So their earnings and revenue declined year over year and orders decreased. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I'll put the link there in chat. Why is Facebook going up, Sonamps? They just reported earnings. Why? Maybe they weren't as good, but it's all about expectations. So the market thought, and other investors and traders thought that they did a good job. We pulled it up here earlier, their numbers. Um, they beat revenue expectations. And I was going through some of the metrics earlier. You can go back and watch the stream here when I'm done, but kind of went through the highlights and everything. Let's see right here. Just a couple. I'll do it real quick. So 17.7 billion in revenue, up 18% from a year ago. They were expecting 17.4. EPS was 171, a little bit lower than the 175, but I think they like that 18% jump in revenue, and a lot of the daily and monthly active users were up 15-20%. So yeah, this is looking good for tomorrow as far as Facebook goes. Yeah, I was just saying to Mercado on the technical basis, it looks good to fill that gap we had talked about there on the AB for sure. Microsoft, TDOC. Let's see where Tesla's at. TDOC's taking a dump. Tesla 870, another pullback here. So this is going to be crazy tomorrow. And again, I'll show you. I'm going to pull up the daily chart. I'll make it full screen. We'll take a look at ABB here in a minute, Mercado. So this is when we had and this is a weekly chart on Tesla. I can switch it to the daily, but sometimes I like going out to longer time frames. So we hit that high. The intraday high was like 998, but the high today, which is what this counts, was around 971 thereabouts. So on the daily chart, there's this gap down here from like 660. Let me pull it up so you can see it better. So and this was what I like because of all these taps here. You look around, came down here, we moved back up towards it, tapped, went below, couldn't hold, come back above. But there's a lot of price action right here around this level. So that's the reason for the 682 line. And then the 845 level, 846, was when we hit 1,000. This was the high of that day, and it came back around to that, and then couldn't hold and drop back below. So this is why I like this area right here. And if you can see these blue lines on the chart, that's where a lot of the volume is. So you're down here in the 560 to 440 range, and then right here in the 680 to 800 range, excuse me. So let's look at ABB. I'll look at the long-term chart. I look at the long-term. I'll pull up the weekly long-term on it. And let's look at the monthly then. This thing's been around a while. I've never heard of this one. I've seen a lot of stocks. I know, but I see this one's been around since 2001. No splits, pays a dividend. Hey, I mean, you got a good entry on it. So, whenever you decide to take profit and want to put some money in your pocket. But, again, it's in this choppy area right here. It's approaching that choppy area. So it could see a pullback, down the road here shortly. So keep an eye on it. Hope that answers your question or what you were looking for there. Giving up, so pulls in $15. Yeah, there's all kinds of opportunities after hours during the earnings season. TDR, another one here. What's it doing? Look at that quick move up here to 765. New approach to managing risk of earthquakes. Okay. So that has to do with MTDR. AR and Terra, I think that's an oil company. There's some oil names. Check your oil names here. Again, this is a oil play that reported a loss of 13. So the consensus was -5. So They were expecting -5 EPS and reported 13 loss. So it's worse than expected and the stock goes up. Don't ask me. If you try to make too much sense out of it, then you'll drive yourself crazy. So it just is what it is here on this one. But let's check some of these other low cap oil names. Since that one popping, ZN, another one. Kind of holding up after hours, still 25 cents. MRO, another oil name getting a little pop here after hours. Look at the the USO. Getting some love. SCO is the inverse. So that's going down, obviously. Let's look and see the biggest change post-market. Come on. I don't know why this thing's giving me fits here. I know most of you guys, unless you were under a rock today, the CAPR, that ran all the way up to $11 from $2. So it's pulled all the way back into $7.50 now. Just traded that one earlier. Sold it too soon. But that's all right. Made some money on it, and that's fine. So I'm not going to be, unless it does something crazy tomorrow, I'm probably not going to be touching that one. Hold on a second. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Thank you guys for hanging around. Let's look at Tesla again. What's coming back up for that retest up there? Wow. Microsoft new after hours highs here. The all-time high was 190.34. I'm just double checking, make sure that is the all-time high. Don't want to misquote. I believe so. Yep, 190.34. Just imagine you bought this thing back in '85 when they went public. Of course, they've had here, 6, 8 splits or whatever, but they haven't split their stock since 2003. I mean, this thing basically went sideways for 10 years, and in 2013 it just started going. They started migrating towards the cloud, and it's just been running unabated for the last 7 years. What a stock. What a company. Everybody uses them. 184. Mm-mm-mm. All right. That 215 is proven to be resistance, just like I talked about earlier. What else are you guys watching? I'm just looking through, scanning through my scanners here to see what else I can find. Get an early entry for tomorrow on something. I can't believe these cruise stocks are moving like that after hours. Crazy. SIGA, this thing popped to 650 and down. Okay, there are contract options. That was here just a minute ago. Of course, that's pharmaceutical. They must show government meets critical goal. Huh. All right. There's news on SIGA, SIGA. Interesting. So, see, as long as Tesla reports a profit, which they had not reported a profit, and their stock still has been going up for the last couple of years or so. So now they got a small profit. More people are even wanting to hop on board now. I mean, this is just my opinion, but I think here sometime soon, it may be tomorrow, who knows, but that we come back up, test this all-time high, 971. Again, I think it was intraday was 998 or something, and break it and just keep on going. So that's my thoughts. I think it keeps on going. We'll see. Where they said we'll probably be at 900 here before the end of after hours at 8 o'clock. Who knows? Barbecue Holdings, BBQ. There you go. You want to invest in barbecue? I guess it doesn't taste too good, evidently. CBRE's commercial real estate. That whole group's not looking good because people can't pay the rent. Companies can't pay the landlords like these guys. Again, the stock looks like a bunch of other charts out there. Just kind of made this pop, drop, and back up there to this 45 level. But I think when it comes time for these guys to report earnings, these commercial real estate companies like CBRE and others, that they're going to have a big drop in store. Yeah, so like I was saying on Tesla here, let me move that. Pull it up. So this area, the 845 I drawn, we passed that. And honestly, there's technically, no more real resistance until, that all-time high it made back on February the 4th. And it says here is 968.99. But I believe that day, the intraday was at like 990. So, yeah, I mean, there's a psychological resistance of 900 of, like 850, 800, 900. So, I mean, there's going to be resistance up there at 900, yes. Well, them making a profit isn't bad news. I mean, that's good news for the company. And again, this thing just keeps on getting it here. We just broke the after hours high now, new after hours high of 877.60. And I will continue to mark it out here with this. I know there's a lot of green lines, but what did I say? 877.60. So I'll take this off there so we don't get confused. I mean, you can see like on my daily chart. I mean, and I cleaned this up a lot today because I had like probably 50 more lines here drawn, from analyzing it all these years. But yeah, 900 is the next stop. MRKR, this is a therapeutic company. That was the drug designation one. Yeah, I don't know. It could be the big runner tomorrow. Again, this hold it up. But again, it's just orphan designation, see? Just orphan drug, which is, they're just getting started. I mean, they're a clinical stage. They're not even into phase 1, phase 2 yet. So let's check back on our Microsoft. Microsoft new highs after hours, not all time, but new after hours highs. Look at this. We were talking about TDOC, and I said I certainly don't trade it after hours. Been trading it. All right, 175. Now, initially it went to 182. So let's just look at this after hours range on this real quick. So they hit a $20 range from 182, 163. Okay, $19 or whatever, almost 20 bucks. And what it do? 163 turns around, pops up 10 points, and was it 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes, 10 points to 173. Yeah, it's definitely very volatile. UCTT. We got another one here. UCTT up to 2248. That does give you a gap to 24. This little window here from 22 to right at the bottom of this candle from February. So we're sitting at 2250 right now. That's one to keep on watch for tomorrow. See, that's why it's important, not just during earnings season, but every day to scan the market after hours, go over your trades, journal them, make sure you're keeping track of your percentages, where you get in, where you get out, what stocks you do good on and what you don't, the setups you did bad on, try to fix them. But you find these runners through after hours that everybody else, closes the computer down or whatever, and then don't find about it until the next morning, and you've gotten in at a good entry after hours. But sometimes what you think is a good entry after hours, and then you come in the next morning and what you thought was a good entry is a bad entry, and you're down $3 a share or something. So you have to just kind of assess the whole situation. Thanks, guys, for hanging out, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be doing some more videos down the road. I'm not leaving yet, just throwing out a little spiel in there real quick. Appreciate you. Yeah, I will. Thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'll keep so on that ABB. You see what I was saying here about this gap on it right there from 19 up here to this the 20 area. I mean, you got a little room here, and it's sitting at 1917, but it definitely would have to hold here at 19 today or tomorrow for that move to continue. Otherwise, I'd call it a failed move. But yeah, man, you got a good entry at 15. Nice job on that one. Yeah, I hope you come back soon. Go ahead and subscribe and click the bell notification. That way you know when I'm live next time. TXMD. Yeah, I looked at that one a minute ago. It's going. It popped up today already, and then after hours, now we're up to 208. That was what? What was their news? Oh, the female contraceptive thing. Okay. So 208. Next up, 241 on TXMD. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy it. I might not be the most entertaining person out there, but it's tough sitting here talking to yourself. I mean, you're basically talking to yourself because other than if someone's not chatting, even though just people are listening, it gets a little kind of like, am I really sitting here talking to myself? Is anybody listening? But I definitely am kind of getting into it a little more now. I don't do much like live. I mean, I am live trade. I did take a Microsoft trade here this afternoon, but like I do a lot of active trading, and so it's tough to do this and concentrate and talk all at the same time. So during the early mornings I don't do much, but maybe I will here. I have done it in the past. So if you guys comment down below and let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future, I'll definitely try to make them. I don't know. I'm looking again. I'm going back here to the TXMD again. So what I'm looking at here is they had the news this morning. The 200 SMA sitting right there, 241, 242. I get the number exactly right. We're at 207 after hours. There's really no headwinds until that. The same thing kind of going down here for the last couple of years. Excuse me, nothing to do with COVID. It has a history of these whipsaws, but we have been kind of beaten down for, we tested the low there with the market, the whole market we popped up. And then, the whole month of April, we just been drifting sideways, and this news just happens to pop out. I like it. I like it. And I had saw it this morning. I didn't take any of it. And I've got boatloads of positions, so can't catch them all. But I may take some here right now on TXMD. And nothing crazy. I'm just going to pick up 100 shares and see what happens. My stop's going to be down here at the low of today, actually. So whatever the low was, $1.07. So it's 207. I'm risking $1. Not the best risk reward because my target would be 241, but I'm thinking tomorrow, and it has that big float and it's held up. So I like it. I think some people that didn't catch it today will take a chance at it tomorrow. All right. So I'm in. Of course, it dipped down there to 206, but anyway, 208 average. TXMD. Let's go back to our Tesla. I'm going to pull up that, type it in there. There we go, Tesla. Come on. CHK. That's the oil name we talked about earlier. I think just getting annihilated. $30 down to 18. Of course, this thing was down here at what, $12 here a few weeks ago. So that'll be a nice short tomorrow. Keep an eye on that one. CHK. Where's Microsoft at? Back up to 186. Look at that. Pull up something over here. I keep thinking maybe I should take that MRKR. Look at now, it's up to 280. We talked about that earlier, and it was at like 250. Yeah. All right. I like how Tesla's holding up here. It looks good for the push to 900. USA, Mercado. Tesla holding up. Facebook. See if TeleDoc came back. Yeah. There's that oil MAR. So, look, TeleDoc all the way back to where it closed at, above where it closed. Did you see the ABB link I put in the chat here a little bit ago? CHK, that is crazy. Rig, another oil name. That's actually down a little bit. They're a shipping tanker provider. I'm just scrolling through some of the other movers and after hours. Oh, there's another one. Align Technologies. They're similar to Smile Direct Club with the in-home teeth straightening. You put those little trays in your mouth and straighten your teeth without braces. But these guys were the first ones. So they reported earnings. Obviously, something went wrong here. They're down $20 almost, about $15. Missed expectations. They wanted earnings of $1.07 a share. They had revenue of $551 million. Did not meet street forecast. Forecasts were expecting $587 million. So let's look at ALGN on a technical basis. Some of those games involve stocks after hours will vanish tomorrow. Yeah, some of them do and some of them don't. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So ALGN, we were at 208.13. That's where we're sitting at 208. So the next kind of support area is down here. And I know it seems like, well, I can't do it. Well, yes, it can. It has. I've seen it do it 50 times before. You have this congestion area right here. So stock's hitting at 208. It closed up here at 222, 220 area. Again, they missed expectations. Stock's continuing to move down here after hours. I'm probably going to be looking at some 200 and probably some 190, 180 puts for next week, for tomorrow. Or excuse me, for next week, not for Friday's expiration because it's too soon. We'll see how it acts. That's my review here on the ALGN. All right. PVAC, Jubo. And the only thing about ALGN options is they're pretty expensive. So let's look up TLGN options and see what happens here. That's Tesla there. Let's go ALGN. Let's look at their options. Come on. Going to put. I mean, the thing is, if I was going to get the weeklies for this week, I would look at like the 200s. And they're only $4.25. They're expiring again. Tomorrow's Thursday, so they will be expiring the next day. You have 1 day left. So with the theta decay, look at that theta, $2.30, almost 31 cents. So that's pretty huge. That's why I don't want to. And on a higher priced option like that, I don't want to get that close to of an expiration. So I would maybe look at the next week. Maybe look at the 180s. Let's look at the 180s for next week. There you go. I'm gonna put an order in right now. Now this is for tomorrow. You know, you can't trade options after hours, but I'm gonna put an order in for this for tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Actually, I'll go up to $3 on it. That's the highest I'll go. And you can see here the theta on this is 47 cents, so that's not too bad. So I like that. I'm putting an order in to buy a put of a line to 180 May 8th. There you guys go. Let's check back on our Microsoft here. Oops. There we go. Facebook, I apologize. Alright. It's holding on. You know, little pullbacks to be expected here. Sitting on 184. The moving averages are catching up with it. VWAP's still way down here because it's after hours, obviously. Nowhere near the volume of during the day. So, unless it's like Tesla, right? Let's look at the VWAP on Tesla. Again, still not anywhere near where the stock is. I mean, the stock's at 875, VWAP's at 800. So still $76 below, the VWAP's $76 below where the stock is at. But Tesla has traded a huge amount of shares after hours. That's what I'm going to look here. A minute. 15 all day. I think the wheat stocks are done for now, in my opinion. I don't think. Yeah, a lot of people are using it. They've just fallen out of favor. That's all I can say. Will they make a comeback? They might. But in the short term for right now, I don't think they will. We'll take a look at some of them here in a minute. Just hold on a second. Oh, yeah, Tilray. I was typing in here. ACB. There you go. All right, that's the other side. Come on. Why that takes so long? All right. So Tesla's traded I was trying to get the post-market volume, 2.69 million shares after hours. And this thing is getting ready to make another new high here. I can just tell by the way it's acting right there. This thing's going to 900, in my opinion. I'm not saying, oh yeah, he said it's going. That's where I think it's going. You may think it's going to 800, but again, who knows? But by the way this is acting right here, I think we're about to make a new after hours high on Tesla. When is let's see when Tesla's earnings call is. Is that tomorrow or is it this evening? And here's getting ready to go, guys. Look at the time and sales over here. Oops, is that Tesla 800? That was weird. They started printing 800s. Look at that. I think that has to do with some funds or something. Yeah, it's not correct right now. That is a little weird though, huh? Look at that. You guys see it right here. 851 cents, 851 cents, 875.4, 851. You guys see that? Now it's back. But those are funds who are required to close out their trades. They don't necessarily have to report them at the time the trade is executed during the day, but they have to report them usually by the end of the day. So those are probably what those were. But you can see all those orders that came through at $800.51. So a lot of people were probably buying down that way. Yeah, I think it's going up too, MK, for sure. Yeah, I'm just watching it. Again, I've been long Tesla, and I have call options on it as well. I didn't buy any more today, or after hours. Just holding what I have right now. So just looking at the stocks that are up the most as far as dollar wise after hours. All right, so we know Tesla's, I guess, going to make the next new leg high, probably going up 980 here, maybe test 900. We'll see. Let's mark our 900, and then we'll see when we come back here in a few minutes if it's tested it. Now, we talked about that one earlier, Service Now. That thing had a good beat. Of course, Facebook up $19, 8.5 million of after hours volume. Very good volume. FICO, those guys that run your credit score and tell the banks decide whether they're going to loan you money or not. 200. Look at the lows from there was such like the bottom here last month. After the market rolled over from this virus stuff, all the way up. I mean, you look back and like Chipotle, I had bought it, but then I sold it. I made some money on it, but nowhere near what I should have. The low on Chipotle here was 450. No, here we go, 415. Right, 415 a month ago on the 18th of March. Today's the 29th of April. So 5 weeks ago, this stock was down to 415, and now the stock hit 900. Actually went a little above, and now it's sitting at 882 bucks. Yeah, I mean, I have no reason to sell my Tesla stock yet. I mean, if tomorrow I wake up and Tesla's at 600, then yeah, I'll sell it and I'll still make a profit. But for right now, I'm holding. So what else here? BPAM TTD, that's a trade desk. They do advertising. Great run today, and then another $12 run after hours. If you're looking back to test these recent all-time highs up here at 324. Expensive stock, and their options are expensive as well. So a lot of times, I'll just buy the common shares on this one, but that's a nice good trader as well. See what else is going on. Microsoft, we saw that. VRTX, 403,000 after hours. Okay, got a little pop here. What's the news? Unexpected guidance boost. Oh, and earnings. Okay. Let's see what the guidance is on this one. This is VRTX. You guys see the screen okay? All right, so handily top first quarter expectations, raised outlook, earned 256 a share. Their earnings surged 125%. All right, the stock closed down here at 250. It's sitting at 259. Let's see what else they had to say. Increase of trifecta. All right, shares up by 1. I have to switch trifecta. But I just want to see what. So they treat cystic fibrosis. So common sales 20%. That was apparent in the first quarter. Okay, it's interesting. Definitely keep an eye on that one as well. Keep an eye on that one for tomorrow. Workday. Cloud stock. Very light volume after hours, 348,000, but most of that is this print right here. See those two there. So, and then you have the 5,100. So really about, maybe 10,000 after hours or something, 7,000 of actual volume. Soxhole, again, that's the semiconductor bull. ETF, that's going up with the Qualcomm earnings. We haven't looked back at that in a second. Again, that's just chopping around, but that's going to help tomorrow with MU, which was already up today. AMD reported this morning, not too good, but probably give them a lift. So MU, AMD, and then Qualcomm, and that's going to help with NVIDIA too. So, and as you can see, let's see, NVIDIA's up slightly here after hours. You know, we're getting a little bit toppy here on NVIDIA, but you know, there's still room up here to 315. We're sitting right here at 300. Again, right now I'm just looking at the other stocks. You know, we had the four main ones. You got Microsoft, Tesla, Facebook, and Qualcomm, and TDOC. Those 5 ones we've been looking at, and I'm just looking to see what else is moving. What other? There's a lot of other earnings, smaller cap companies, and a lot of companies that many people don't follow. So it's always nice to look and see what else is moving, what's going on. All right. And if you guys are interested in the credit data scan, there's a link down in the description. And I've been using them for 5 years. I love them. It's not just these. There's so much custom scanning and intricacies you can do. Less than a cup of coffee a day, folks. So if you're interested, check the link out down below. I got burned on Boeing today, actually. And then it came around. It was right after the opening. Yeah, it was probably like 10 o'clock. I think I took a 125 put. Looked like it was going to continue downward. It didn't. I sold it. So I kind of saw, I went and looked at other things, came back here to 141, and finally took and I was like, oh, 150 calls. So Boeing burned me today, but it's going to be a while before they get their business back and going. Oh, you did good on Airbus today. Nice. What's the other one? Embraer, the other jet company. You know their ticker right offhand. I'll find it. ERJ is it? That's it. ERJ. There it is. I looked it up earlier. ERJ. 660. Nice little move here off the recent lows. 490. Now up to 659. Look back here and test this 750 area. I'm going to put an alert on this one here at 671. What were your plays on Boeing today? Let's see here. I'm not saying about that. All right. There, man, I marked out the 900 level. Now we're sitting at 882 on Tesla. Let's look at the downside movers, see what the biggest downside movers are after hours. We looked at some. Let's take a peek and look back at it. If you enjoying this content, please give the video a thumb up. I appreciate it. DEO, 12,500. Says nothing there. ALGM, we already looked at that one. Again, I think that's going lower. Excuse me. We put some options on there. So volatility is going down. So the TVIX is obviously going with it. TMO. It's CHK. That's definitely going on the watch list for tomorrow, man. Definitely. I don't know. Again, it was running with the other oil names from, we hit negative oil last Monday a week ago, and then all the oil names started popping back up, and then now we're heading back in. But they had already announced, and I just want to double check on CHK. That's what I have up there now, that they are filing for bankruptcy. Of course, they can still trade and just do a Chapter 11 restructuring or something like that. And they're down 21% after hours. There it is. Boom. I'll put the filing in chat. There's the filing. So the headline is Chesapeake Energy preparing bankruptcy filing. There you go. All right, what else we got going on? TMOS Thermo Fisher. Doing a lot of good testing. Yeah, it's down. I mean, down a few bucks. No big deal there. This is like a one-off print at 328. Just ignore that one. We talked about real estate earlier. This is the real estate ETF, the XLRE. It was actually up 9 cents today, but eventually I think this rolls over, comes back to the mean here at $28. This is ACA, nothing there. See how Starbucks is. Home Depot, Amazon. Look at a nice pop on Amazon. Closed at $23.72. All right, $23.72 and whatever. Now it's up to $24.15. So 30 up, almost 45 points. That's another one I have. I still own shares in it, but I've been in and out. I bought them here about a week or two ago and just been holding them, been trading around them. So they report tomorrow. I just want to double check, but I think they report tomorrow the 30th. Let me double check here. Amazon reporting tomorrow, April 30th. So they had this monster run from the lows of the market, 1600, all the way up to what, 2450. Now we're back, and we pulled back into 22s. Now we're back up to 24. So there are some crazy analyst price targets on it. I've seen some of 2,600, 3,000. Let's look at the analyst price targets here. The average price target is 25.32, which is $100 more than where the stock's at now. That's just the analyst average. So let's take a look here. So current quarter, there's 41 analysts for revenue. So average estimate, they're estimating 73 billion, low is 70 billion. And we know everybody's been ordering from Amazon those first few January, February, and March, especially March and the end of February when this coronavirus hit the fan. So they're expecting 23% year-over-year growth in sales. EPS trend 625. So there's 2 up revisions in the last 7 days, and 6 analysts have risen it in the last 30 days. Nobody has dropped their estimates down. In other words, none of the analysts think that the stock is going to revise their estimate that it's going to be lower than what they thought. In the last 7 days, last 30, there have been 8. So Yeah, I mean, that's what makes the market is you have, some people think it goes up and some people think it goes down. But I'm a believer that Amazon is just going to keep on going up for the near term. Hmm. Let's look at here's the recent in the last week. All right. Wedbush outperformed. Goldman Sachs buy. Stifel buy. Credit Suisse outperformed. SunTrust buy. Oppenheimer outperformed. So again, this is Amazon's reporting tomorrow after the bell. Yeah, I'll look at Tesla here. I just wanted to check this real quick. So yeah, all right, let's go back to Tesla. All right, Tesla tapped 884 was the after hours high on Tesla. You said it showed you 800. Yeah, I know. Those were the hedge fund pricks coming in. They were coming at $800.51. Yeah, I was showing them on the screen. You can rewind the video after it's over and go back and see them. Yo, Alex, what's going on, brother? You about an hour and a half late, but hey, at least you're here. So, yeah, you're asking about some cannabis stocks. They had a little pop here last week. I traded Tilray. That was a good one. Oh, straight ball. I saw your comment in my email, and then I went to reply to it, and it's not on that video. I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea why. I got an email about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember him. And it's not there, so I didn't delete it. Just let you know. I don't know what the hell happened to it, but no worries. You can leave another one on this one. Yeah, so Tilray, Mercado, cannabis stocks. Let's look at the long-term chart. So let's go back. Let's go to the weekly. So in 2018, right before Canada legalized it. All right, let's go here. So this is 2 years ago, right? July 2018. All right, stocks at $25, IPOs at whatever, $20. In literally 2 months, the stock goes from $20 to $300 in anticipation of the Canada legalization of the whole country of legalizing pot. So all stocks, Tilray included, but this was the biggest one. There was, ACB, Cron, a whole host of others. And then you can see what's happened, 300, right? And we hit a low here, $2.48 here, a month ago. So like I said, for right now, they're out of favor. Will they come back? Yeah, but I doubt it goes back to 300, but who knows? So those are a few of those. ACB, that thing was actually like a 20, what is it? It was down to like 20 cents. Here it is at 75. That's the worst of the worst. So don't, I wouldn't even bother looking at that one. And Cron's another one. Where's Cron at? At 4, we're up to 6. This one actually looks pretty decent on the weekly chart. Again, this is a weekly for a move, continuation move, but we need to break and hold right here. So we need to break and hold above here. And then you got a potential for around $8. So we closed at 623 today. So that actually looks, look at Cron. That might not be a bad look for tomorrow. We'll see what it does tomorrow. Looks like a little bit of money is starting to flow into it down here. So yeah, we could see a move to $7-8. Not, I'm not saying tomorrow, but over the foreseeable future, we'll see. I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, Alex, straight balling. We got some ballers in the house. Oh, the one I just had up, Cron, Cron. It's streaming in 1080p. You should be able to see the screen okay. Can you see it okay, Mercado? Oh, okay. Cool. Let's go back and look at Tesla. Where we at? Woo, boy. Man, my 850 calls are going to be on fire. I was called. I had another one. I only have one left, so just for the record, I showed you guys. I'll show my boys here, Alex and Straight Ballin', since they just came in. I ain't BSing. Right here. Now, I had a bunch more shares. I'm down to 2 shares on Tesla. I've been holding since 577, right? So I'm not selling them. And then I have the Tesla 850 call that expires on Friday. I got that today. So I'm up $318 on it. That was at the close, so you can't trade options after hours. So this thing is going to be worth some change tomorrow. Probably worth at least $10,000 tomorrow. So yeah, I don't. When I say that about Monkey, and he's having to talk about, I'm like, hey man, you don't listen to me. That's all right, man. I don't like. I'm not calling nobody out or saying nothing like that. I'm just saying, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, man. I'm happy with Tesla. Oh, Mercado there in chat. He's short, so I don't know what he's gonna do tomorrow. I hope you'll be all right, buddy. I hope so. And we were talking earlier, Alex and Straight Ballin', about Tesla and where I think it's going, and tomorrow if this holds up. So they actually, they have, I don't believe, have ever made an actual profit in the whole life of the company. And this quarter, they just reported they actually made a very small profit. But then here, now it says black for a third quarter in a row. But there was another one where I was reading where they actually made a net profit. But whatever, regardless, I like where the stock's at. I use it to trade mostly on a technical basis. Tesla doesn't trade on fundamentals. We'll have to get to start looking at some options here, Straight Ball. And like Tesla options are very expensive, right? Like the one I showed you that I have. I paid almost $2,200 for it. So yeah, it's Tesla options are very expensive, but there are plenty of cheap options that you can find on stocks, but not on Tesla. These are pretty expensive. Well, thank you, Alex. What you guys are looking at after hours? Let's check our Facebook here. 215. I had 215. We tapped what 217. Mercado's been in here since I started. So I had said that 215 was a level I was watching. This was when before it shot up on Facebook. You can ask him. And the stock was at 200. I just started going up, so I said 215. And why? This is on the weekly chart. Let me flip over to the daily. So just because of all that congestion right in here. And then I said 219, we hit 217. So all-time highs are up here around, what, 224? Yeah, I don't think we've went any higher than that. I thought one time we got to yeah. So we hit, there it was. Last year, we hit 219. And then here a month ago or beginning of January, we hit 224. So all-time highs at 224 could be taken out tomorrow on Facebook. Definitely, everybody's going to be watching these tomorrow. Facebook, Tesla, Microsoft, TDOC, Amazon reports tomorrow after the close. Qualcomm reported this afternoon. We got a couple small caps we talked about. I took this one here a little bit ago. TXRH. Pass Hall. What's up, dude? You finally made it, man. You finally made it. You better give me a thumbs up now, buddy. It's your turn. What's going on, Mr. Pat? Pat there, he does reselling and Instacart. and resells on eBay and Amazon, and he also trades the stock market. So he's a pretty good investor as well. Yeah, man. Thanks on Tesla, Alex. Yeah, Tesla's crazy, man. I don't know if when you got in, Pat. I just saw. Did you see my Tesla call, Pat? I don't know. Maybe you can't hear me. But TXRH, let me pull that back up. No, that's Texas Roadhouse. Oh, there he is. Did you see it? So yeah, here's my 850 call. Should be about 10, 12 grand more, maybe more, maybe 15. So it's the Tesla 850 call. I was up about 14% on it. Paid $2,200. So this thing should be 10, 12,000 tomorrow at least. So there you go. Bada bing, bada boom, huh? Yeah. There's some people in another chat that I guess some of them, I don't know. They don't think I know what I'm doing, but I do this all day, every day. What's going on, Pat? Man, let's look at some. Oh, you just right, Disney. Disney's been doing good. That's your stock, man. I actually got a few Disney shares now. Haven't been trading it much. As far as options, look at this. Look at this little pop after hours here. 112.15 to 115. Let me put this back on the daily chart. Oh, Pat. I'll come up here to this previous pivot high here at 112. Again, I got a lot of lines on here. I'm always analyzing all these charts, man. Where's Microsoft at? All right, they pulled in a little bit, no big deal. Facebook, Tesla. What's the one I bought? Again, I gotta find it. Mercado saw me about there. TXMD. All right, I bought that at what 208, and now it's sitting back here at $2, but that's all right. Just got that one here this afternoon on the news. We're looking for this one, Pat, here to go to, and everybody else on the same Pat, but to go to 241. So I'm looking for a swing trade on this to go to 241. Oh yeah, definitely. That's awesome. What you get puts on a PLNT, or did you just outright short the stock? Yeah, it's gonna be a while before they run in the gyms, man. You're right. As soon as you say PLNT, then it popped up to 65.50. Again, the whole market dropped off. That went down to $23. I mean, this thing's doubled in the last month. $23 now. It's sitting up here at $65. Oh, nice, Pat. There you go. What's going on? That's the only that I mean, Gold's Gym, all these other ones. That's the only publicly traded gym that I know of. If there's another one, let me know. But that's the only one that I'm aware of. You're short at 47. Ouch, man. The stocks, and you let it go $20 against you, and you got the 50 puts. When's the expiration on the puts? VIAC, yeah, that's CBS. No, so what's the expiration on the $50 puts? All the June 50s. All right, okay, you got time. But I mean, you're still short the regular stock, the put. That's fine, I understand. But man, still short from 47. See, I can't stand that much pain on it. Depending on your share size, I don't know what you have, but man. But what I like here about PLNT is we're coming right up to the 200, the 67.17. So I'm looking for a rejection here to 67.17s, and then pulling back is what I would be looking for. Again, I'm not in it, but that's what I'm thinking. So that you get a pullback here to the 55. So yeah, man, you may get a chance to I don't know how long you plan on holding your puts or whatnot, but yeah, it's gonna be a while before it gets back to 47 in my opinion. When do they report? I'm gonna look them up here. I don't know if you knew right offhand. I'll look up and see when Planet Fitness reports. Planet Fitness, when are you reporting? May the 5th. So that is next May the 5th. Next Tuesday. All right. So if they have a bad earnings report, which I'm sure they will, yeah, you may be all right. Yeah, you call, man. Oh, all the cruise lines, yeah, they're going after hours. They were up to date. They're continuing after hours. Look at CCL right now, 17. Now it's up to almost $18. And CLH, right, Norwegian, up $2 after hours. Royal Caribbean, look at this. Cruise line's going ape shit after hours. $48 now up to $51.50. Crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, and you look at all these cruise lines, and a lot of charts in the market have the same, the same chart pattern. I mean, this basically, a triple top. So we got the low of the market right here on the 19th, 18th. Boom, we tap. And we come up, couldn't quite get it. Third time, these may break out, and like this one here, RCL could test 60 here. Yeah, nice job on that CCL yesterday. I had some long-term puts on them, or excuse me, calls. I was trading a lot of them. Let me another one we talked about is ALGN. They make the teeth straightener. They're like Smile Direct Club, but better. They reported earnings here this afternoon, ALGN, and I'm looking at the 180 puts for next week on them because this thing can really move. So I put an order in. We'll hope that you get filled in the morning. Can't trade options after hours to get the 180 puts for next week, the 8th. That's on ALGN. What would be funny now, Pat, if the beard showed up. I was watching their that auction video they did last week. That was pretty cool, man. They were selling a lot of stuff. Tesla, 3.12 million shares traded after hours. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming by and like, comment, and subscribe, and come back and look for my new content, and you'll be alerted when I do go live next time. I'm not leaving now. I'll just give them that little every 20 minute kind of throwing that in there. Appreciate you guys stopping by. What else you want to look at? I'm running out of stuff to look at now. We've kind of looked at it all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Pretty good, Pat. Pretty good, brother. Not too bad, man. Not as good as February, but, that's all right. Last month was kind of rough. But, yeah, doing pretty good, man. Zoom. Yeah, that's did well on that one on Friday and, over the last few weeks. I'm still holding 121 on Zoom. I got 140. I got 135. I got 120 and 121 puts on Zoom. A couple of them expire next week, but then the other 3 or 4 or whatever, they expire on Friday. So I'm looking for a continuation breakdown on them. It was looking like it was going to go this morning right off the bat, and then it just turned around and did a 180. But ever since that news came out on Friday, what's this? Nope, that was yesterday. Let's go back to Friday the 24th. So right here, if you haven't been following it, Pat, I'm sure you have. But this big drop here from 180 all the way down to 158 was when Facebook came out and said they were coming out with a competing kind of software that competes with Zoom to be able to do the same thing. Thanks, Eric, for subscribing. Appreciate it. And so I was looking at that. We had this big rebound. I cashed out some puts for 700%, and then I held some over the weekend, and it popped back up. Lost a few bucks, but since I made earlier, it kind of was was still up. I took some more yesterday, and you can kind of see where this is heading. So I think this thing continues lower. 120 is where I'm looking at here over the next week or so. Again, we shall see. We haven't broken that magical 140 level, but that's what I'm looking at. Hey, thanks, Bat Storm. Appreciate it, brother. WBA, yeah, Walgreens. Aren't you? You've been in that one a while, ain't you, Pat? Yeah, Walgreens, but they were getting that buyout for like $90 a share that they, like they announced like 6-8 months ago. I mean, is that still on, or did they cancel that, man? Do you know, Pat? On remember they were getting bought out for $9 a share, Walgreens. All the rumors on the buyout. Okay, yeah, it chops around a lot, so I don't, I trade it because you want, as you're a trader, you want stuff, but it chops around too much, so it's tough to like swing trade. Day trade as well, but today, hey, it was a nice little day today. Yeah, I thought it was 90s, but yeah, whatever. I guess it's a rumor. I thought it was legit because it was from like last year sometime on Walgreens. So, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. I'll keep Tesla up here and I'll watch that for a second. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. Yeah, it was some hedge fund or something, Pat. You were saying. Yeah, as long as this holds up, man, tomorrow's going to be great. Um, what else I want to look at? We've already looked at Zoom, ALGN. We talked about that one. Zebra. All right. They are they make handheld scanners for retail and e-commerce businesses. I'm sure some of you guys have seen them. I know Pat knows what they are. And okay, see you later, Pat. Anyway, I took some 260 calls on that earlier, and definitely looking for this to continue. Um, they they reported this morning, so I'm looking for this to continue. Let's see. Somebody was happy there. What did they do on Zebra? Let's see. Okay, I guess they're up 3,000 a day because of Zebra down 16. So, oh, good for them. That's awesome. I like seeing people make money. I don't hate on nobody because they're making money. I hate on you if you don't take the time to invest in yourself and learn what you're doing and learn about the market. That's what we're all here for. There's a TTD up again. Look at that. All right, so let's take a look tomorrow for tomorrow and what all's reporting tomorrow after hours. I like going. There's plenty of sites to go to. I like going to StockTwits and checking them out because I think they give you a good view as to. All right, so tomorrow, Thursday. All right, let's look before the bell. I know there's some big ones tomorrow. Amazon's a big one I'm looking forward to tomorrow evening. So Dow, Cigna, TLS, Twitter tomorrow. On Twitter was up $4 a day, 14%. Let's take a look at Twitter. Boy, look at this after hours move even. It's up another $2 after hours. So 34.48 is 200 SMA. That'd be the next target. I'm not sure what to expect out of Twitter. I know a lot of people have been using it here lately that have, and they've, what I heard, had some reports of new signups. Quite a few, millions of new signups. So they could actually have a good quarter. But again, the advertising business is down because of coronavirus. I mean, it's affecting every business on this planet. There ain't one business or sector it hasn't affected. I actually just looked at Rig earlier before you came on, but we'll take a look. It was down after hours. Yeah, they earnings. I don't know, man. They're storage tankers, so all the other ones were popping over the last week. After oil went negative and they didn't know where to put all this oil. So I'm surprised that it's still down here low. I know about why it's down now, earnings after hours, but why I didn't make a bigger move ahead of this earnings with all the storage tanker issues. So, man, doesn't look good. But I mean, it's holding up. It's at $1. It was at $1.12. So okay, what a 10% drop. I don't know. If I was getting in, I'd have to stop down here at about 90 cents if I was getting in long right now. But personally, I'd be looking to it to the short side myself. Yeah, I mean, TK is another tanker. They had this pop, and then it's, the last week, and it's just literally chopped around. I had them, and I just sold some of them today for a small profit. Just getting out all this chopping around. Let's see where USO is after the close here. It just had that reverse split, yesterday or today? Yeah, I think today it was effective. So, yeah, USO is up a little bit after hours. All right, let's go back here to earnings. And let's go on the other. There we go. All right. TEP, Molson Coors Beer Company. See what they're doing tomorrow. TXT, Pergo. These are all before the bell tomorrow, the ones we're looking at. Spectrum Brands. So here we go. Tomorrow, before the bell, there's two big ones, American Airlines and McDonald's. Overstock as well. But big ones, American Airlines, McDonald's. Overstock just because it's kind of been crazy and could put in some type of move. So we knew nobody's flying. The airline's been beaten up. They got to bail out. They're going to report bad numbers. That we already know that, right? There's no question about it. So let's go back over here. AAL. Oh, that's ALL. That's Allstate. You're in good hands, though. Stocks unhinged. Allstate, I guess. Excuse me. Airlines and cruise. I wonder if Trump said something because the airlines and cruise lines, cruise ships are all popping after hours, giving back some of the gains now. But remember, we looked up RCL. the cruise line. What other one did we look at? We looked at NCLH. I'm getting too trigger happy. RCL. Right, giving up. Trump must have said something or after hours where the cruise lines and the airlines are both going. But they both had good days today. The cruise lines were all up, and the airlines were up as well. So maybe just a continuation. So we know they're baked in. I'm not. I don't know what to think. But you know how if you okay, this is American Airlines. So the market low here was the 18th, 19th, right around here. But it hasn't really, it did rebound, but it didn't stay up there. Where if you look at some of these other stocks, I don't know, what was that other one we had up there a minute? I don't know, was it a line? But you look at some of these other stocks where they've bottomed, right? Like here's a line, right? You bottom and then you've come back up and you kind of held, right? Well, the airlines haven't done that. So I think they're going down more. That's me. But I'm just not touching it. McDonald's, yeah, okay, their in-store business has decreased. Everybody's just going through the drive-through instead of going inside and eating. So, yeah, have they been impacted? Yes. Is it a huge amount? I don't think so. On a good report, I'd be looking for this to hit up near $200. Nice little bump here after hours, a couple bucks. We already looked at Twitter. McDonald's. Oh, Overstock. That's right. We wanted to look at Overstock. That's reporting tomorrow. I think got beat up. Look at the low here. Look at the Overstock low. $2.50, let's call it. Up almost 600% since last month. From 250 to 12, whatever that is, 500%. What is it? 300 and 400%. Boom. Look at that, man. It's crazy. And a while back, it's been a few years, but yeah, they were, there you go. Back in 2017, they had $90 a share. I mean, just this thing went straight up for about 6 months, 4 months, from $10, $12 a share all the way up to 90. And then back down, the Citron came out and called them a fraud. So, you know, they've been kind of shorted all the way to the ground. You know, I don't know what's going on with them. If I was a bet man, I'd be looking for it to go down. What else? What other ones we got for tomorrow? These are all just before. I mean, this is the heart of earnings season, is this particular week. Looks like over half of the S&P 500 companies report. Comcast reporting in the morning. Usually don't mess with this. Kraft Heinz. Again, that could be a good play. Everybody's at home. Everybody's eating, stocking up on food. But it's maybe baked in because of this rebound recovery it's already had. We'll have to see on that. I mean, that thing's went from 18 all the way up to $30 there. Anybody own Kraft Heinz? I know. I used to have it for a while in my long term, but then I got rid of it. Warren Buffett, they were having some issues, and then I'll cut the dividend or something. I don't remember all what the whole deal was, but I didn't care for it anymore. Let's go back to our earnings calendar. All right, Kraft Heinz, Comcast, ConocoPhillips, an oil name. Look at that, up 12% today. I think that we know what's going on with Dunkin' Donuts. DNKN. Oh, somebody just bought 3,900 shares of Dunkin' Donuts. They're still open. So I guess they probably impacted slightly. Maybe some people that don't want to go out at all and interact with other folks for fear of getting the virus. I understand, but I would say the impact to their business, just in my opinion, I would think it's been relatively minimal. Again, be looking for $73 on a good earnings beat tomorrow on Duncan. Goodyear Tire, Six Flags. Oh boy. Again, they dropped all the way down to the single digits, but they've had a rebound here though. Yeah, they went down to like $9. Now it's up at 21. They're still shut down. Nobody's going to amusement parks right now. They're closed. I don't. Not sure on that one. I don't think you'll be hearing anything good out of them. But during the wintertime, the amusement parks, nobody goes to them anyway, and they're reporting for the winter quarter, January, February, March. So, you know, I don't know. It's gonna be more about their kind of long-term outlook for the rest of the year and going into next year. That's what I'm thinking on that. Hanes brands, t-shirts, underwear. People still buying that. Kellogg. All right, there's an interesting one. People buying cereal, right? Eating their Cheerios in the morning, which actually General Mills makes Cheerios, I think. But regardless, I mean, this is a crazy looking chart here. But I'd be surprised if they had a good report tomorrow. TOT, another oil name. GNRC, that's an interesting company. They make generators. They're like the best home generators that there are. You know, they're not making like generators for a big business, but you know, they do make the best available home generators. And in case something hits the fan, if you know what I'm talking about, they had all-time highs released in 120. It's been a while. I was actually in this a while back, man. It's been obviously choppy here, uptrend with most of the market since the bottom here a month ago, as usual. I know we'll see what happens to them, but you know, with what's going on, I bet you a lot of people probably went out and bought a generator that never had one. They say, with all this crap going on, we might lose electricity. No, we've got to have our food stocked in, so they're buying Kellogg cereal, etc., buying Kraft Heinz. And the people that had the wherewithal, you know what? They might have said, hey, I think I better get a generator. What do you think, honey? Yeah, let's get one just to have, just in case. So they put in an upside report and beat earnings. You know, 118 would be the high to break. The all-time high is up there around 118. All right, let's get back to the other ones. And these are we're still on the ones from before the bell for tomorrow. We haven't got to the after hours ones yet. So, I mean, it's a busy time, and you can't catch them all. But it's good to look over them and know which ones are going to be reporting, know what to look for, what kind of company they are, what industry they're in, what sector they're in, what's their business model. You know, yeah, you can day trade and not worry about, you don't even know what the PE ratio of a company is, etc., price to sales, yada, yada. But, you know, you need to know what the company does, what sector they're in, right? What does Church and Dwight do right here? CHD. And you guys know what CHD does? I'll give you 10, 15 seconds to respond here. I tell you, one of their biggest businesses, part of their business, is making condoms. What do people, where has everybody been? Stuck at home. So, yeah, I'm sure they probably got an increase in sales over the last few months. They also sell detergent, etc. So I just wanted to, go off on that tangent a minute. She's a Tempur Sealy. They make mattresses, TPX. I don't know how the mattress sale business has been, but again, this thing's moved up almost from 20, almost 3 times. 20 to 60 here. But if you need a mattress and you've been at home, people probably been buying mattresses. But yeah, what are you guys looking at right now? Anything in particular you're looking at for tomorrow? Anybody? Nothing? You're going to sell all tomorrow and take the profits. Yeah, but you're short though. So you're short, Mercado. You're just gonna cover. I mean, but taking profits, just cover and take your losses. Is that what you're saying? Let's looking at some other ones for tomorrow. Brunswick, don't they make those bowling balls? Or they probably make other things too. Yeah, a lot of people have trouble knowing when to sell. They can maybe spot an entry or buy low, but they take profits too quickly, or the, the the stock doubles, they don't take profits, and then they let it come all the way back to their entry, and then they don't make anything or lose money. So it's always good to take profits along the way and pay yourself, however you want to do it. CDEV. Oh, you're in that. That's what's his name? Vincent was in that as well. CDEV. Let's take a look at CDEV. There's a couple more here because I got to get going here shortly. Hilton Grand Vacations. They're going to be down. Nobody's going on staying in the hotels. That's the timeshare. MGP. I think they make spices and stuff there. Let's just run through. U.S. Express Trucking Company. Not the best trucking company. Just real quick. USX. I think that's what they do. Yeah. Yeah, they're a trucking company. Look at this thing down here at 270. And now it's up at 480. But hey, them truckers, they're out on the road. I mean, they're delivering the products. People ordering off of Amazon, online, delivering to all distribution centers, Walmart's, grocery stores. So they probably going to have a good report. You know what? I'm gonna take a look at USX real quick, and then I'll take a look at your CDEV here in a minute. Let me pull that up. Appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click the bell notification. Be notified when I go live or upload new content. I'm a real deal, guys. Straight balling. I like that name, man. You're gonna have me saying that all night now. All right, so I'm looking at USX options, and I'm gonna go out to June. Here, I'll bring it over. I'm gonna go out to June. Fives are too close. Let me look at the chart though. 7.5's way up there. It hadn't been at 7.5 for a while. They'd have to really blow the numbers out, and that was the high a year ago. Actually, a year ago, May the 1st or so, a year ago. But see, they don't have any strikes in between those, and that's what I hate. Yeah, I know that song, man. Yeah, I know the Tupac song. But that's all right. I'm gonna put an order in. These are for expiring on June 19th, and again, you can't trade options after hours, but you can put orders in. They only execute during market hours. I'm gonna buy 3 of the 7.5 June 19th calls, and I don't mind paying. I just don't want to buy the main ones because they're too close to expiration. that theta will get me. So I'm going to also put an order in to buy. I'm just going to do one of the 5s in case it doesn't work out and it goes south. I'll pay it 40. I'm going to buy, put an order in for the June 19th $5 calls on USX. So, all right, there you go. And CDEV. All right. CDEV. Yeah, we had traded that the other day. I didn't get on it. Another guy did. I didn't. I was in OAS. But yeah, man, look at it's up filling the gap here. Look at that. And I didn't save it, but I did on this. So here we are at 94. Then one was it yesterday or the day before it broke out. Yeah, it's on a nice 3-day run here. Volume's increasing, right? So 3 days ago, let's look at the volume. Volume was 26 million. Next day, 30 million. Today, 41 million, right? We're getting up here towards that 80 RSI. That's this blue line on the volume chart down here at the bottom. I'm on the bottom chart down here below. And you have room all the way up here to $1.50, basically. So low, $147.50. Nice move after hours. And you know what? I like it. I thought I'd gotten in it and was in and out of it the other day. I don't remember. I do trade quite a bit. Good call. Thanks for bringing that back up, man. Definitely appreciate that. I think I'm going to get in here now. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I have to use my other account. And it does have options. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put May 15th. You know what? 2. Let's go. Let's see. I'm going to put 5 in at 0.05. These are the May 15th calls. If you want to see them, I'll bring the screen over. If not, I'll just keep it over here. It's a little bit easier. 5 at 5. Alright, and then I'm going to put 4 at 10 in case it don't get filled at 5. I want to be in the game. And I like it. Alright. So I just put an order in from CDEV options, the $2 calls. So did I answer your question on CDEV? George straight balling. No, but see this gap fill, man? Right here. It just went into that gap today. So we had this drop down a month ago. The high there was 94. We come back here. Yesterday tested, couldn't break above. Today we test and hold and close above that. And now you have this room here in that blue rectangle to go up to 150. Am I saying it goes to 150 tomorrow? No, I don't know. No Chris. But the potential there, if it wants to continue to close this gap towards 150, or it had this 3-day run on the side and pull back here to 50 cents. So who knows? But that's my take on it, man. I hope that helps you out and answers your question there. But I got to get ready to get rolling, guys. And I appreciate everybody for stopping by. And give me a thumbs up on the video. And I'll be back for some more great content in the future tomorrow, Friday. You never know. Just click the bell notification, and that way you'll know when I go live. And check out some of the other videos. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of different videos as well, some how-to things and stuff like that. But I like doing these live videos, a live interaction. Look at this. Just popped up right as soon as we were talking. I don't know if somebody in here took some or whatever, but just went to 110. 50 cents, man. Nice job. But you see what I mean about the gap fill? I don't know if I'll be on in the morning or not. Probably, maybe a little bit, but it'll be after. Probably not right at the open. There's so much going on. You're welcome, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. And can you do me a favor, straight ball, and can you leave a comment on this video when it uploads or whatever? Because I don't know why it didn't come through on the other one. Like, I got an email said you left a comment, and then I was going to go reply to you, and then it wasn't on the video. So I didn't delete it. I don't know what happened to it. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it, and I'll check it out. And if this one, maybe it's in the spam folder, I'm not sure where it's at. But anyway, man, thanks everybody for stopping by. I'm going to get out of here. Go take a little break, get a bite to eat, and I will catch you guys tomorrow around. You know where to find me. All right, y'all have a good night, man, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a great one.